The first video appeared under the title Exploring the Hollow Sea, Lost California Resort. It looked like every other urban exploration uploads: soft music, sweeping drone footage, a young man narrating in a calm, curious tone. His name was Eli Grant, a travel vlogger known for visiting abandoned places and forgotten towns. He'd been chasing rumors about the Hollow Sea for months, teasing his audience with hints of a hidden location that didn't appear on GPS. The footage began normally: wide shots of empty roads stretching through a cracked desert, static caravans, faded billboards advertising beach vacations that never existed. Eli jokes about it in the intro. "Welcome to the only sea that never had water." The tone is light, almost playful, until it isn't. At the 9-minute mark, he pans across a ridge overlooking the salt basin. The camera struggles to focus. For a second, the image doubles. A faint reflection flickers across the horizon, like sunlight on water. Eli laughs it off as lens flare, but the audio crackles. A low hum fades in, then out. Later, in the uncut version found by viewers, his voice trembles slightly. "It's weird," he says. "My drone keeps losing signal whenever I fly it over the center. The feed cuts to black, but I can still hear something, like wind, but slower." As daylight fades, his tone grows quieter, more deliberate. The camera shows a wide expanse of white, glowing faintly under the evening sun. "It's beautiful," he says, "but wrong. The ground looks like it's moving." He kneels, scoops up a handful of salt, and lets it fall through his fingers. The wind doesn't carry it away, it simply sinks, disappearing into the surface. Viewers noticed something strange about that moment. When Eli crouched down, his shadow didn't align with his body. It stretched toward the horizon, bending around him like liquid. He didn't mention it, but a faint reflection rippled across the salt, too large to be his own. At 17 minutes, the tone shifts completely. The video becomes quiet. Just the faint hum and Eli's slow breathing. "I can hear it," he whispers. "It sounds like waves under the ground." He laughs nervously. "There's no water here. There can't be." Then he stops speaking altogether. The image cuts to his face, illuminated by the glow of his lantern. His expression isn't fear, exactly, more like awe or realization. He lifts the camera and turns it toward the basin. The lens captures movement, tiny ripples spreading outward, glinting faintly in the dark. The footage ends mid-sentence. "If anyone finds this, don't static." For days, viewers thought it was an elaborate stunt. Comments filled with theories, timestamps, even coordinates. But when Eli's friends tried to contact him, his accounts were silent. His equipment, they later learned, was recovered near the basin, camera intact, memory card corrupted. Weeks later, an unlisted video appeared on his channel. No title, no thumbnail, just 12 seconds long. It showed nothing but the salt flats at night, perfectly still, except for one detail. The surface rose and fell slightly, as if breathing. The title of the file wasn't random. It read, "The Surface Breathes.mp4, and though the video had no audio track, spectrogram analysis revealed something hidden, a whisper buried deep in the silence. 3 words. He's still here. The upload vanished within hours. But by then, thousands had already watched it. And that's when the real disturbances began. No one knows who first re-uploaded the unlisted tape. Some say it appeared on a paranormal message board under an anonymous account. Others claim it surfaced in a Discord group dedicated to digital hauntings. Either way, the video was identical to Eli's 12 seconds long, grainy, silent. Only this version had something new. Faint background noise, like static mixed with breathing. People began analyzing it frame by frame. At first, it looked harmless, a static shot of the salt basin under moonlight. Then someone slowed it down by 400%. That's when they noticed movement beneath the surface. Not large, not obvious, just the suggestion of shapes, blurred like figures seen through fogged glass. Too fluid to be shadows, too human to be coincidence. Theories spread fast. Some thought it was a glitch, compression artifacts, or a prank left behind by Eli himself. But others swore the figures changed position each time they replayed the file. As if the video wasn't recorded, it was remembering. A Reddit thread exploded overnight, the Hollow Seas breathing file. Users began reporting strange behavior after watching it. Phones overheating, headphones emitting faint popping noises, a low pulse echoing long after playback ended. A few claimed they heard whispers when they tried to sleep, the same phrase repeating from nowhere, "He's still here." At first, these stories were dismissed as hysteria. But then came the recordings. People started uploading their own experiences, raw, unedited clips showing audio distortions identical to the tape. One user, at eCassette, captured a whisper that wasn't in the file before. It said her name, and then her account vanished. What made it worse was how calm the video seemed. There were no jump scares. No loud noises, no threats, just stillness. That's what got under people's skin. It felt peaceful, yet wrong, like something trying to soothe you while watching. Psychologists later called it inverted ASMR, a phenomenon where tension is built through quiet, rhythmic unease. For some, that stillness became addictive. They'd loop the 12 seconds for hours, describing it as meditative, even comforting. But after enough time, comfort turned to obsession. A few started seeing reflections in their monitors that didn't match their movements. One live streamer testing the clip during a broadcast froze mid-sentence and whispered, "It's under me." The stream cut out instantly. The next morning, the Hollow Sea subreddit was locked, hundreds of posts deleted. Yet copies of the tape still circulate, subtly altered each time, slightly shorter, slightly darker. Some versions have no breathing at all. Others end with a ripple that wasn't there before. If you slow the newest one down enough, there's a single frame that stands out, the camera pointed down toward the ground. For a split second, you can see water, impossibly deep, reflecting a man's face. But it isn't Eli. And that discovery marked the beginning of something far larger. A phenomenon that would spread far beyond the desert itself. It started as a digital curiosity, a strange file passed around on forums and reaction channels. But within weeks, it became something else entirely. People who'd watched the surface breathes began sharing the same dreams. Thousands of users from different continents describing one identical vision, standing knee-deep in shallow water under a colorless sky, the surface perfectly still, yet breathing beneath their feet. At first, it sounded like a meme, a kind of shared storytelling experiment. until the reports started syncing. Same time-stamped posts, same phrasing, same detail. When I wake up, my hair smells like salt. Psychologists dismissed it as mass suggestion, a digital echo of imagination. But the pattern grew. Audio engineers studying the unlisted tape claimed its background static contained subharmonic tones that could trigger mild auditory hallucinations. Only their findings didn't explain the physical symptoms. Several viewers reported hearing the low hum in real life, faint, rhythmic, like something pulsing under their home. A police report from Arizona mentioned residents near the Old Basin complaining of phantom waves, soft, echoing booms that made windows tremble. When officers investigated, they found nothing. But one body cam recording captured an inexplicable anomaly: radio interference, spelling out 3 words in Morse code. CAAWIEC. Online, the phenomenon became a movement. People began uploading videos, documenting their experiences, soft-voiced confessions recorded late at night. The lighting was always the same, dim, bluish, as though filmed underwater. Many spoke calmly, even lovingly, about what they'd seen in their dreams. "It's not scary," one user says in a now-deleted TikTok. "It's peaceful. It wants to remember us." But not everyone found peace in the stillness. A few accounts claimed they'd started seeing the hollow sea in real life, in puddles, in mirrors, even in polished floors, reflections that rippled when they moved. One user described it best: "It's like the world behind the glass is waking up." By now, the story had crossed into mainstream attention. News outlets ran cautious pieces about internet-induced psychosis. Scientists blamed parasocial reinforcement, a feedback loop of anxiety and suggestion. Yet, the coincidences were impossible to ignore. Dozens of users vanished from their communities after live streaming themselves watching the tape for one final time. The last post from a user named @SaltWitness appeared at 3:11 a.m. It read, "It's not a hallucination if the reflection blinks first." After that, the account went silent. And then came the broadcast, a live event hosted by a small, investigative group determined to debunk the phenomenon once and for all. They planned to watch the tape together in real time to prove it was harmless. They didn't know that their stream would become the final recording anyone would ever see from the Tallow Sea, and what they captured changed everything. The live stream began on a quiet Friday night. 5 members of a small investigative group sat in a dimly lit room, a single camera fixed on them. Their goal was simple: play The Surface Breathes live, analyze it in real time, and